Many years ago, in the 1970s, I made an unforgettable trip to Israel with the late and revered Moshe Feuerstein, one of the earliest presidents of the Union of Orthodox Jewish Congregations. He introduced me in that trip to Rabbanit Herzog. And Rabbanit Herzog showed me a Talmud tome, Masechet Psachim, which had been wrested from Hitler's bunker where he committed suicide. They found several of his personal effects, not many, but among them was a Masechet Psachim. The State Department, the United States, didn't know what to do with it, what to make of it. They gave it to the chief rabbi of Israel at that time, Rav Herzog. Today, I heard, I haven't checked it myself, that the Masechet is in the library of Yeshivat Har Etzion, Herzog. But it was an amazing thing, and I thought of it very often, because Hitler had an obsession with the Jewish people. Hitler was the very antithesis, the fascist, Amalek, of what Judaism stands for. Judaism believes in tzedakah, mishpat, compassionate righteousness, and moral justice. At the hands of a God of compassion and love and peace. And Hitler believed in domination and control. Thought there was no God, there was only power and strength and brute force. There was one fly in Hitler's ointment, and that was the existence of the most powerless of people for close to 2,000 years who still existed. And so Hitler made war against the free world, but mostly against the Jews. He couldn't understand how it was that this powerless people was still living. And this powerless people claimed it was because we are Adat Hashem, the witnesses of God. And Hitler was frightened that if indeed that was the case, then he would go to eternal damnation. And so even when the war was very difficult, he used troops to destroy Jews rather than to fight his enemies. And he waged war against the last Jew. And he waged war against Judaism. Did he know that Masechet Psachim is the tractate that discusses Zman Ge'ulateinu? No one will know. But it was clear to me that Hitler thought that he was destroying the last Gemara, burying the last Gemara. Maybe he would lose the war. However, perhaps he destroyed Torah. Years passed. Baruch Hashem, have a rabbinical seminary, and we have rabbis all over the world, and some 8 rabbis in Germany. Irony of history. Even in Hitler's own hometown, he could not utterly destroy the Jews. And when I was in Berlin a number of years ago, I visited the monument, the Yad Vashem, for the 6 million. And just a few meters from the bunker is a memorial that was crafted by Libeskind, the great architect, and Peter Eisenman, who was the person who actually expressed it physically. And what I saw were a mass of stones, different shapes, different sizes, no names. But I got a choveret little brochure that described what I had seen. And it turns out in the Choveret that there were 2,711 stones in the monument. And the author of the Choveret, of the pamphlet, said that they asked Libeskind and then Eisenman, why the number 2,711? And Eisenman said that was not crafted by Libeskind. And he didn't have anything in mind. It just came out that way artistically. I don't think anything is by accident. An accident is only God's way of showing us that he's still in control, even if it be an accident. So I asked the supreme authority, the Rosh Yeshiva of Rosh Yeshiva, Rav Hagon Agodo Google, to perhaps give me an insight into the 2,711 number. And I wasn't disappointed. There are 2,711 dapim in the pages of the Shas that we learn every 7.5 years. And so, Hitler Yamach Shimon Zichro did not bury the last Gemara. Alongside of the miracle of Kiyum Eretz Yisrael and Kol Medinat Yisrael is the miracle of the spreading of Torah, and especially Torah Shebaal Peh, in a way that did not exist within Am Yisrael since the days of Chizkiyahu.